See it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust. Peace, family. Having a little technical difficulties, but it's all good. Peace, family. Can you hear me, bro?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
I'm getting feedback.
From I am?
I'm hearing everything after it happened.
Like it's a little delay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm about to go out and come back in.
Okay, that's about.
Yeah, I'm about to go out and come back in.
Because we were good before, right? Peace, family. Peace, family. Anybody typing in? Peace. Couple technical difficulties. We getting that right as we speak. Y'all can let us know in the comment section how the audio is sounding. Let me know. You can hear me loud and clear. Okay, cool. Then we got King coming back in a second. Somebody said, "Whoa, okay." Nothing. Yes, loud and clear. I'm hearing you back in King's side. Am I sounding authentic?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me over there?
Everything is it's a bad feedback. I'm hearing everything.
That's okay, that's weird. That's really weird. Okay, so we getting right. This is only our second time on YouTube, so bear with us as we get the technical straightened out. King will be back in 1 second. And we got a little show for y'all tonight. Talking about the lifestyle that's associated with shadow work. Yeah, I believe I can hear you. Yeah.
All right, we good. Keep talking, bro.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
All right, we good. All right, so let's run the promo back. Run the intro back. Let's check back in, see if everything good.
Okay, cool.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't nothing with broken trust.
Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. Shadow work, see it for what it is. And if you gotta cry, then shed tears. You are not alone, you got yourself still. Too many perspectives on what's real. What's real?
Facing my insecurities, knowing where I got it from. I look at love different, it ain't. Peace, 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 family. We
Peace.
back.
Peace.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear us? Everything sounding good.
I can hear you
Give me
loud
a
and
quick
clear.
mic check. We had a few technical difficulties, but they ain't stopping nothing.
Can you hear me pretty well?
Yeah, I can hear you, bro. Sound good.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Peace, family. Can y'all hear us in the anybody drop in the chat? That we coming off real good. Ain't no delay or anything like that. We coming off good.
Let them chat how we sound down there. How can you?
Let's see. All right, so it's rocking that on my end, so we good.
Yeah.
So this Sunday we actually talking about shadow work is a lifestyle change. Yeah, we're gonna break down many aspects of that, but there's been a lot of talk about shadow work, and I feel like a lot of people are maybe be a little intimidated by it. So we're gonna make it more tangible. You know what I'm saying? That's our goal tonight, to present a tangible way of doing it. You know what I'm saying? A way where you're not overdoing it. You know what I mean? A way that you can do it in balance. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna do what we do so well, which is starting off with the heart chakra. So we're gonna play the heart chakra singing bowl, make sure that we are aligned in the right frequency.
Yes, sir.
Peace, peace, peace. Once again, much gratitude, family.
Big gratitude.
So,
family.
and so, like I said before, We are actually speaking about shadow work as a lifestyle change. I am so. Give me 1 second.
Because as we know, once you get into shadow work, it kind of, I wouldn't say forces you to change your lifestyle, but it, kind of
Well,
requires
actually,
it.
let's rock out like this. Can you get the definition and the etymology of lifestyle
Yes, sir.
and of change? Let's break that down. Let's start off like that.
All right, we'll start with lifestyle. Lifestyle is defined as the way in which a person or a group lives. We'll run that back. Lifestyle is defined as the way in which a person or a group lives.
Hmm. Okay.
Yep. So that's deep. That's the way that you choose to live your day to day life. That's your
Right.
routines, your habits,
And it's
things
second nature.
that you. Yeah, man.
What about change?
Change, when do change perfect. Change is defined as to make different, alter, or modify. A second definition
Hmm.
is to replace with something else, especially something of the same kind that is newer or better, and a
Okay.
substitute to substitute one thing for another.
Hmm.
And so I'll run it back again.
Yeah,
Change
that's
defined
powerful.
as to make different, alter, or modify.
Okay. Okay. Change. And so we are talking about a lifestyle change. So we're
Yep,
talking about something that you do every day. That is
yep,
a part of your life. It's second nature. And then we're talking about it's something that alters.
yep.
You see what I'm saying? You're altering something. So I want to start it off with um, creating a new person creates a new reality.
That's a fact. That's
That's
deep.
almost like the slogan of this episode.
That's deep.
Yeah, I've learned, what I'm saying, just through my life experience, but creating a new person creates a new reality. And so it's up to us to initiate change and healing. So I feel like, the first thing we should talk about is the initiation. What is initiation? That is like a welcome
Hmm.
or like you officially in this. You know what I'm saying? We initiating it, so you have to initiate yourself into shadow work.
And initiate, also, it means to start. So it means to like to embark upon or to start. You're starting this new walk or this new path. So that's deep.
And so how do you figure that out though? You have to ask yourself, what are my triggers? Our triggers are the key to our shadow work.
Yeah,
So if we're like, I don't know how to do shadow work, well, there's a toxic way to handle your triggers, and
yeah.
then there's another way to handle your triggers. The other way is shadow work. So anything that is going against that toxic
Hmm.
way of doing it is already a positive step.
Correct.
Because whenever you're exploding, you're not feeling. You're actually just projecting that you're stuck. You're almost like in a delay. You're stuck on that emotion, and you're just repeating over and over and over.
Yeah.
You're not processing. Whereas shadow
You're not,
work,
you're not aware.
yeah, in shadow work, we're processing emotions. We're really breaking down everything. So to me, like I said, I became a healer while I was healing myself.
Hmm.
So
Likewise.
so whenever I started to see shadow work and see, I didn't feel the entitlement anymore of to the pain.
Mm.
And these triggers, I didn't want to. I no longer wanted to project off these triggers. I no longer wanted to be angry because of my triggers, or what I'm
You
saying.
don't want the tricks to control you anymore, and it's
Exactly,
to control narrative.
exactly.
You know? And even the word initiate, I felt like is the word initiate. You know what I'm saying? It suggests that when it comes to shadow work in this walk, you have to initiate yourself in the aspect of you have to really have personal initiative.
Mm,
And that's something I learned from some Napoleon Hill content is that you know that's the difference between kind of people in the world is that self initiative, that ability to be able to do something without somebody telling you to do it or telling
mhm,
you that you have to do it for A, B, and C. There's a quote that says there's two type of people that don't make it very far in life: those who can't do what they're told, and those who can only do what they're told.
hmm.
So it's like
That's
we
deep.
have to. we have to initiate ourselves with this shadow work and take the initiative, to be responsible for our healing. So I feel like that word has kind of a double entendre meaning, because we have to be personally responsible and have that self initiative to do
Well, the thing is about it is that you're responsible, whether you want to intentionally be responsible or not.
Come on now.
Either way, you're projecting on yourself.
Come
Either
on.
way, you are these emotions are controlling your life one way or another.
Yeah.
But I want to read on
How
this
about some people
comment.
tap on this comment?
You got it, bro. It's probably a little bigger on
Okay.
your screen.
Now say less. When a
Yeah.
person changes their way of thinking, does that person altogether change, or does that person stay the same? It's just the perception that changes.
Read that
See,
again, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and give you. I got a lot of quotes that I kind of live by and that I keep close to my vest. And one is, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And I believe that.
Sure.
And if you want to take it to a scientific level, there's an experiment done in quantum physics called Schrodinger's cat, where the experiment literally proves that you, as the conscious observer, are constantly changing reality when you just observe it. And it people know about the experiment at this point. When you're looking at a form of energy, it's a particle, but when you're not looking at it, it's a wave. So like the act of you just observing something, especially from a different perspective, literally
Right.
changes it physically. So like even science proves that.
And
So
that's the
I'm
same
gonna let King
concept.
give his answer, but my answer to that is, when you change your thinking, you do change altogether. So that's my take on that. King tapping on that
I
as
mean,
well.
no, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I don't have too much to add to that. You know what I'm saying? Because you
Okay.
covered it on a real level. Um, yeah, you covered it.
So that when
I
you change
live
that,
by that, and
change.
I'll say that is a part of the law of attraction. That's what I'll
Yeah,
say. That is a part of the law of attraction. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You actually being able to create and manifest and shift your reality based on perception. You see what I'm saying? And the things that you're speaking, that you're putting out into the to the planet. So,
Because
so
we,
yes,
we grew up kind of thinking, not to cut you off, we grew up thinking that, all that matters is what we do in the physical, the things that we can manipulate physically and see and things like that. We're never
right,
really taught that our thoughts are like really important, and that, inner decisions that we make to change our perspectives can literally shift, our trajectory and shift the things around us. So I always try to stress to people, your thoughts are really important. The things that go on in your
they
inner world,
control your reality in many ways.
the things that are going on in your inner world are damn near more important than what's going on in your outer world, because
Right.
that shift internally, like King said, is what's going to control the outer world. So that's a question. That's a really good question.
Yeah, that's deep. So as we said, those triggers. So triggers are the key to finding the areas that need to work on at the current time.
That's
So
deep.
basically, go within and access why this is a trigger. Where did it come from? All
Yeah,
about getting to the origin. So when you're doing shadow work, you're always trying to get to the root. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. And you have to be okay with the process, because you're not
yeah.
just going to just embark upon the root immediately. Sometimes you may. Sometimes the root is already
When it
some
comes
the
to
root.
root,
The
sometimes you got to
trauma
do a
is
lot of pull to get to that root.
exactly, exactly. And so you want to figure out what is causing this. You see what I'm saying? Because that could be another root to the root situation.
Yeah,
And so that's why it's a process. That's why we gotta be patient. You gotta be patient with yourself. It's not something that we can rush. Shadow work is something that we're gonna be doing forever. So why rush it? You see what I'm saying?
yeah,
I can't tell you your process in the sense of time, how long it takes you to, heal in this area, or how long, you can only tell yourself that, because it's all about
yeah, yeah,
feeling,
yeah.
you know.
That's okay.
And so the next question actually is, are our emotions keeping us in the past?
I
You know,
believe that's something that keeps us the most in the past. Because those emotions are tied to memories.
right, right, right.
So I
Exactly.
feel like I feel like emotions can make us unwitting or unaware time travelers at times.
Of
It's like
course.
we could be spending a lot of time in the past by being in certain emotions that are tied to the past, and that's where you start getting into the topic that Joe Dispenza speaks on, that mind and heart coherence of, instead of letting your mind kind of give energy and thought to these past things and these experiences that gave you these heavy emotions, it's better that you put your energy and attention into the present moment, you know?
We gonna talk about the present too. That's a beautiful area to be. So let's speak about it. So your body is used to pain, right? We're used to a certain type of trauma, like 'cause we've been living with it for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're used to living with a certain type of frequency. You see what I'm saying? So when you're doing shadow work, you're literally changing that frequency.
Yep.
Therefore, there will be resistance.
Big time.
Um, and so this is the area. This is the area that I like to really put emphasis on because it's the hardest area. They make healing look so easy, but it's not.
It's not.
It
And that's
is a
that
process.
lifestyle change we're addressing tonight, is uh in the spiritual community, as we know, we kind of talk about from time to time. It's not as authentic as I guess people would assume that it would be. Um,
I say.
and there's a lot of bells and whistles of as long as you are having crystals or burning sage or into tarot, that this is going to be a very easy breezy type of lifestyle. But I feel like when you get into spirituality, you realize that it requires you to really, like we're talking about, pull up the root, and really displace some things. So it's not easy.
So
Michelle says, should we also look at what we did to someone as well as looking at what someone did to us? That way we are handling what we did to someone on the spiritual level as we are all one. Ooh, that's deep.
so I say first and foremost, and yeah, that's what we talk about, a root after the root, after the root. That's beautiful.
It
That is
is.
a you're speaking from a healed place.
Yeah.
Only someone that is that's actively healing. We're gonna speak about actively healing later as well, what that really means. But that is that's beautiful, and I can agree. That's the only way that we can actually
I
grow.
say.
Because with my areas with my mother, I have to have compassion for her, so that I can actually grow in those areas. You know what I'm saying? Now I may
Yeah.
still feel the lack of, what I'm saying. I may still long for certain type of attention or certain type of whatever, but at the same time, I can actually understand that. Wow, my mom actually is going. My mama going through this. She going through that. She want to talk this. Like she didn't have a mother. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
To keep it a buck with you. And I feel like I'm being led to share more about my life as well. But my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, has been on crack my whole life. You see what I'm saying? So that is my
Mm.
mother's mother. She's in the pen right now.
Mm-hmm.
So my grandmother's in the penitentiary, you know what I'm saying, at this
Jeez.
current time. And it's not like she's a bad person and like that. I'm just saying this is what my mother was given. You see what I'm saying? So that is beautiful that she said that. You see what I'm saying? And having that compassion
That's deep.
in the process. Peace, 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 mama. Mama is in the building. You know the
Me.
vibes.
Shadow work mama.
Yeah, that's always an announcement. It's
That's a
much
fact.
gratitude. You already know the energy. So here's another comment right here. This comment's going
Okay.
hard.
Deja says, in the process of healing, I dealt with things I truly didn't like about myself. To see yourself in that particular light makes you change. That's only if we willingly accept the ugly. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah, that's the process. That's the process. Everything.
You gotta see.
Nah, what you say, bro?
No, I'm just speaking on. She said, to see yourself in that particular light, it makes you change. I'm just saying you got to see it and acknowledge it first and foremost. That's the beginning right there.
Exactly. No, I say.
Um,
So boom. So this is the cold part, right? So in seconds we can go from healing and high vibration, from living in the present to back to the past.
like that.
Um, and so first and foremost, that's how powerful we are. But secondly, that's how emotions trick us.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it again. You know, in seconds we can go from healing, high vibration. You lit. You did a meditation. You've been on your vows. You done had your affirmations. You know, you've been doing your thing today. You know what I'm saying? Say you done had a spiritual bath. Whatever you done did, you lit and you didn't go out here and went to the grocery store, and then somebody didn't cuss you out, and you
Yeah.
done snapped. And now you feel like, damn, man, I did all that, you know what I'm saying, for nothing. And you looking at yourself like, damn, man, you know what I'm saying? Like you kind of now you got guilt. And we know guilt is a dangerous place. A lot of people manipulate us in guilt. You know what I'm saying? When they know somebody know when you feel guilty, they can play on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a blackmail situation. You know what I'm
Every time.
saying? You know, so saying that, I'm saying to say don't feel bad in that way. Don't feel guilty. It's a part of the process. You're not perfect. You see what I'm
No.
saying? And it's about your perspective. So when that happened, or is that going to be a situation you brag on and speak about, like, man, I talk bad, blase, blase, whatever, whatever, or you gonna look at it as a lesson, like, yo, that was exposing certain parts of my shadow that I actually still need to work on, because I could have handled that a better way. You know, the fact that you feel some type of way is amazing. You know what I'm saying? I don't like the word conviction. I call it awareness. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're aware, you know, to that, it's like that's already beautiful. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean?
A beautiful thing. We got another comment. Deja.
That's deep.
So how does
Um,
one channel that energy and transmute it?
so so everything's about channeling energy. We are alchemists by nature, first and
Yeah.
foremost. Um, how do you channel that energy? You channel that energy through passion. What are your passions? You know, what are these things that actually take you out this dimension? What are these things that make you joyful? I feel like to channel energy, we are in between our passions and our inner child.
I was gonna say,
Um,
because you can channel that through the inner child as well.
I say you can channel anything through the inner child. The inner child is the most powerful part of you. You know what I'm saying? Because as we always talk about, the inner child sees beyond everything naturally.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? There's so
Yeah.
many dimensions and so many blocks that you have to get through in other aspects of ourselves in the shadow. But the inner child, you unlock that, you unlock many dimensions. So, but yeah, you know, and the power of manifestation. You know, see, channeling that energy to manifest. So, you know, setting your intention, being more intentional. You know, you
That's
transmit
deep.
you transmit that intention by being more intentional. So know your boundaries, know what you're going to do, what you're not going to do, and set your intention for every day to be that type of day. Set your intention for when you go in this room and you go in this place, it's going to be like this because I said it is. Because I know it is. It already happened. You
I'm
know,
about
I'm
to say
already,
it's crazy. I just posted that on my something like relating to that on my Instagram story today called segment intending. But like you kind of intend how certain segments of your day are gonna go. Before you just go through a situation or react to it. You really go into a situation like you just said. Like I know this is gonna go this way for me,
right, right,
or
right.
I'm gonna be aligned to my highest good in this situation. Okay, Shadow Word Mama says inner child is pure. Yep, all
It's the
praise.
purest part of you. You know what I mean? I like that pure. That's a different type of word. You know what I'm saying? When you go to the grocery store, they don't say your fruit pure. they say it's organic.
Right,
It ain't pure though.
right.
You know, see, that's cold because when you think about drugs, right? We're gonna go there, you know what I'm saying? And you think about having that pure, you know what I'm saying, that raw, that's all I'm as far as I'm gonna go. But these different aspects, and you like, what's really what people really jumping on, you want that pure.
Yeah,
You want it pure. You know what I'm saying? And your inner child at the purest form is not fearless at all. The inner child, it is impossible at the purest form, it is in the child for you to have influence on the inner child.
yeah.
You cannot influence the inner child at its purest form. Period. The inner child is in full control. And
Hmm.
that's what intimidates certain parents. That's why they try to kill the inner child. because it has an energy that it's like, yo, what is this? You know what I'm
It's
saying?
just
Like
super free,
strong,
natural.
vibrant.
Yeah,
Yep. You know.
that's a fact. So sometimes push into being aware that we need to do shadow slash change perspective on things slash seeing what triggers a behavior. Our energy don't play. Well, that's a fact.
Talk
Yeah,
about it.
and I like the first part. Actually said sometimes we're pushed into being aware. Sometimes sometimes it's right there in your face. You can almost tell that, okay, this is clearly something I need to investigate further.
Let me make something clear. Because I feel like I'm supposed to say this, you know what I'm saying? The spirit is right next to you the whole time. The only reason why you see the shadow is the spirit.
It's a fact.
So when she say our energy don't play, the spirit don't play. You
It
know, the spirit is always right there, like guiding you, pointing at like, yo, this is what you need to do. Like, there you go. It's like a light because right now we are being tricked through lights. The reason why you can't see through higher dimensions right now because they are tricking us through lights right now. We are literally trapped in light as we speak in this dimension. Um, and so yeah, I just feel like that's very powerful. I just want to speak
It's
like the
deep.
spirit is always there. The spirit is guiding us, you know, to the
At
shadows.
all times.
I'm gonna go there now. So boom. So I was watching the movie, man. I was telling you, bro. I was
Yeah.
watching. Me and my guys was watching. What is it? Inside Out.
Mhm.
So it's an animated, cartoon type of vibes. So inner child vibes, but they all represent different emotions. And I'm like, yo, we was gonna watch it Friday. I said, no, I want to watch it on Sunday. Just because I wanted to tap it, I knew I was gonna get some type of revelation for the
Mhm.
show. So I'm watching it, bro. We probably like 5 minutes in. I'm already catching revelation. My guy's like, no, I'm already assuming certain things about sadness and joy and how their relationship and how this is going. She's like, nah, wait till you get to the end. You just, I'm like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying. So I'm watching, like, bro. At the beginning of the movie, Joy is in control, and Joy is almost like a narcissist. Joy
Mhm.
is like, I'm not letting anger in, I'm not letting fear in, I'm not letting none of this in. We're gonna be joyful. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And so it almost seemed like a positive thing at first. It was like, dang, Joy standing on. That's not how Joy is luminous, is a luminous being. Joy is
Mhm.
glowing. So I'm like, Joy is higher self. You feel me? Like,
Okay.
I'm watching. I'm like, okay, so I'm rocking with it, but sadness over here the whole time. And so there's core memories. And so sadness go touch the memories and it changes the whole memory, turns it blue. Like the only one out there that can touch it and change this whole memory into
That's
something
deep.
else. It
Oh
changes the
wow.
color. And so Joy like, no, man, you can't mess with none of that. You tweaking. You know what I'm saying? You can't touch none of this. Then they get to a point where they end up on a mission together after alone. Now it's just joy and sadness together on a mission. And they trying to
Mhm.
get back to the mothership. They neither one of them have control at the current time. And they all work together to get back to have control
Oh,
over,
that's deep. I gotta
this
watch
being,
this.
and so, bro, it's cold. So bro, I'm watching this tweaking, bro. I ain't gonna lie. So, I'm trying to remember where I'm at. Um,
You said you said joy and sadness were alone, but they
okay, they're
weren't in
on the
control.
mission. All right,
Mhm.
so boom. Joy leaves sadness. Like, look, yo, it's only one way out. I got all these good memories. I got to get these good memories back and abandon sadness. So
Mm.
sadness out in the trenches. So and actually sadness was in what do they call it? Forgotten memories.
That's
So
deep.
so sadness is here. So boom, sadness had an addiction to touching the memories. Like this, and it would alter them. So guess what? So joy
Mm.
got to come back. Joy is all destructive. Joy can't do it. Joy needs sadness. So joy come back and have to look for sadness, have to leave in sadness. Have to come back and circle the block like I gotta feel. You know what I'm saying? We need that true guidance, that true intuition. So boom. it go back, find find sadness.
Mm.
The point is that they get back, to they call it the mothership or the motherboard, whatever, they're in control. Sadness take over everything, and this baby feels, this child feels every emotion. They're able to cry. At first they was running away from home, they was angry, talking
Mm.
bad to their parents, they was tweaking, they weren't even able to perform like their favorite sport, their passion, which was
Oh
hockey. They
wow.
couldn't even do their passion.
Oh,
They
because
was just
the movie is showing what the person's doing in real time, like because of the emotions.
exactly. Their emotions are inside, but they're controlling. Like whenever they doing it, bro, they're projecting the memories like it's a projector. Like just how our head is like
Oh,
in the
that's
back,
deep.
how our it's literally projecting. Like you know what I mean. So
That's
it's
deep.
deep. They're controlling every emotion. Like so, as things being thrown at them, it's like they have control over who takes over. It's
Wow.
like
Okay.
you know what I'm saying. So
That's
now
heavy.
they come back. Now keep in mind, anger, fear, and something else been going crazy. The whole thing.
Mm.
That's why the person was finna go was finna run away. It was just horrible.
Okay.
Sadness come back. The joy like, here you go, sadness. They looking at him like, what you doing? You tweaking. Sadness take over everything. The baby feeling again, and then guess what? Sadness do after the cry, after those tears come. Sadness grabs joy and put the hand on the motherboard, and the baby starts to smile and in relief.
That's deep.
And so, and at that moment, so at the whole time, these memories were only one color. They were orange, like a
Mm.
goldish color.
Mm.
Then, like I said, they turned blue because of what I'm saying, sadness. Now it was blue and gold. That was the first memory, and then they kept going back. Now all the colors are mixed and exchanged. It's like
Oh, that's
it
deep.
was they can feel again. And I say all that to say, you know what I mean. That was shadow work.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean. That was the process of
So yeah,
what people say the spiritual walk is supposed to be. You're supposed to just be so high vibrational and be so joyful and so all this. Like, nah, bro, when you really healing, it get real. And you gotta circle the block and go cry.
it's not.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta go feel with sadness. You gotta go see what that really feel like to really assess it, to really, you know what I mean? Like, just so you can smile again.
Because that's what comes with being in the heart. You got to feel your way through things, and everything doesn't feel, good or the best,
Right.
So I was just about to say that.
Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that movie really, really connected. So y'all definitely go tap in on that. That's some homework type stuff. It's beautiful vibes, you know what I'm saying, with your inner child, but
Nice inner child.
definitely you'll see the message. Very powerful.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I'm gonna tap in on that. I might have to watch it tonight to be honest when we hop off. That might
No,
be
for
cool.
sure.
Yeah,
No, I couldn't believe the revelation, bro.
that's
Um,
heavy.
so boom, so it's a good transition to talk about awareness. We have to become aware. We have
Yeah.
to become more aware. And in that process, all these emotions were becoming aware of each other
Mm-hmm.
when they stop trying to be in control. So once you get rid of the control, stop trying to control your emotions and be aware of your emotions. That is when shadow work becomes easier at that moment immediately,
Yeah.
because you're not forcing something. You're not going against the grain. You're not you're I like to believe that shadow work can be flow state. It's kind of like this, right?
Heavy.
So say say the speed change. Say you on the highway is 55.
Mm-hmm.
No, say you on the highway is 75. And they say, you know what, 55, all of a sudden it's a cop right there. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta kind of like, but then guess what? It's gonna pick back up.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's how it works. You see what I'm saying? Whenever you see those that it's time to hit 55, hit 55.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop you to slow down.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. And all the while, that depends on you being aware to even see the sound.
Exactly. I think I did kind of get off. I'm still thinking about this movie, bro. I should like I really like I'm thinking about all type of other stuff now. Um so let's go into removing all no. I was gonna skip an important note. Um we must stop seeing ourselves through other people's lenses. You know.
Yep. they say comparison is one of the biggest killers of joy. You know, and that's
Exactly.
that. You know, that's that comparing our journey to others, or our healing to others. We're all about different as a snowflake. So not everybody doesn't have the same healing. Nobody's path is. We definitely, I feel like, attract people with similar paths, and we have people around us. Going through things that we can resonate, but it's only
Exactly.
us that knows exactly what we got to go through and what we got to heal
And
and shit.
you know, it's deep because one of the things I want to speak on is you have to find a spiritual group. You can't just get advice from anybody. We can't get advice from anybody. I don't just call and just talk to just know anybody about my life or
Gotta have the
about
tribe.
you know yeah, because you could get toxic advice. Toxic advice lead to toxic actions.
Yeah,
So we have to really assess the people that we're actually speaking to. Sometimes like, you know what, you might be better off just feeling it with yourself and just being alone. And that may be the lesson for the season, being comfortable, because truthfully we're more powerful when we find being alone as not being alone. It's a time of peace.
yeah.
It is a time of awareness. That is a time
Mm.
of when it's like this, you're not reflecting on yourself like a mirror more than when it's silent.
Facts.
When it's silent, you have your thoughts. That's all you can see. When you're not looking at a phone or a TV screen or on the phone with somebody, or that's all you can see.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It's you.
no, that's a
You
fact.
know.
Yeah, and sometimes you gotta isolate to elevate, man. You gotta get by yourself to really know what you have to deal with. I was talking to somebody about this just this week, about how it's hard to really get, I guess, in depth with yourself if you have so many energies around you that you're interacting with on a daily. We find ourselves interacting with our friends and our family. Some people we might talk to once a day, twice a day, more than twice a day. And sometimes, we can really get wrapped up in the energy that's going on around us. People might be hitting us with their problems and with their drama. And, we take that on unknowingly. Uh, so like King said, and like what we're saying is it's very important that you make sure you surround yourself with energies and people whose frequency is, if not aligning to where yours is, potentially aligning, that it's at least somewhere close, because um, if not, you can be compromised growth without even knowing it. So sometimes it's just and I told, we can't from an empty cup. So we sometimes have to pull ourselves aside to really get deep with ourselves in our healing so that we can elevate enough to be more of a service to those around us, in a
I
more
see.
positive way.
I see.
You know. So yeah, that's deep,
So I'm off fault, bro. I don't know what you're
No, no,
talking
go
about.
on, no. I wasn't even about to say anything,
I
honestly.
be, I
that
be notes, bro. I be,
that was the trail off.
but no, for sure. So and this is actually what something Julio said in the meeting. Don't draw yourself crazy. You know, um, it's not an overnight process.
At all.
And so, yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Because
That's
shadow work can be something that can feel like it's trying to drive you crazy.
isolate
But
to elevate. That's been very important to me lately. Man, come on now.
mhm,
I say,
come on now.
y'all
I
heard
feel
that?
you.
Isolate to elevate. You see what I'm saying? If people not on your level, they're just not on your level. And that's not saying anything against them. It's just they got to go through their process. So it's like right now where I'm at, I cannot go backwards. That's the point of having standards. We set these standards for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Not standards, but boundaries. We set these boundaries for a reason. These boundaries are, for us to actually continue to heal and help heal the people around us. But it's like if certain things happen, I actually can't I can't participate in that. I
Yeah.
can't allow myself because I got to elevate. I have to continue to elevate. You know, the cool thing about healing is that you can do, 2 years of work, and then one traumatic situation can take you back, and that's a real
Yeah.
thing. Um,
And so something about in trading kind of that I even take to real life is, months and even years of discipline and hard work can be kind of overturned or upset by one moment of, lack of discipline. Unfortunately, that's the life we live in. Like you said, that, that one bad decision can topple everything that you've worked very hard for,
I
so
say.
we got to stay vigilant when it comes to the work, and the decisions that we're making.
And so we're gonna actually get into normally don't do it this late in the episode to the shadow work crystal. We actually had some technical difficulties at the beginning, so I ain't even running. I was just trying to focus on making sure y'all could hear us, you know what I'm saying? We can deliver the
Mhm.
message. But the shadow work crystal today is green fluorite.
Yes,
Um
sir.
and we about to run that right now for y'all.
Peace, King. What brings you into the crystal store today? I'm your crystal customer care specialist. What's going on?
Man, I'm talking about I've been going through it, man. I'm talking about going through it. Looking for love in the wrong places. Man, ended up with nothing, bro. Ended up with nothing. I need to love myself, bro. I'm trying to learn to love myself.
Sheesh. Okay. Well, to me, this sounds like you need some green fluorite. It's perfect for when you're on your spiritual journey and dealing with that shadow work. It helps release a lot of blockages, which can be very prevalent during your shadow work. I think we need to get you some of that green fluorite.
Peace, fellas. I overheard you gentlemen speaking about the ups and downs of life, and I wanted to recommend a personal stone that I have used, the green fluorite. It's amazing with the heart chakra. It transforms negative energy into positive energy, boosts mental clarity, and promote peace of mind. Try it out. Let me know what you think.
Order your crystals now at GodEnergyLLC.com.
Much gratitude, family.
Peace. So yeah, the Shadow Work Sunday crystal is green fluorite. Very powerful healing crystal. You know what I'm saying? Very good to meditate with. Definitely to wear it when you're doing deep healing. It's kind of like malachite to me. It's green as well. So just that that deep part of the emotions when it comes to the heart chakra. So very, very, very powerful crystal.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get
No,
back
a
to
lot,
it.
man. The family's been real heavy with the comments tonight. Some real great questions and real great talking points given by the family.
I say, we learning and growing together, bro.
Yeah,
You
man.
know, it's Soul Tribe vibes over here, man. That's why I
I
love it.
like that Soul Tribe vibes.
Yes, sir. All right, so like you said, it's not simple just wearing crystals and burning sage. It's not an overnight process. And so let's talk about the power you have. So your brain is a quantum computer. So start programming your life through daily affirmations and positive talk.
Yeah.
Start to, like I said, program and like look at it as a program. You know what I'm saying? You can
Yeah.
program different segments, you know what I'm saying? And your day, that's about lifestyle. It's about the lifestyle. So we're programming our lifestyle
Yeah.
to be a certain way. You see what I'm saying? Through affirmation. So say you do got deep shadow work that pop up that day. You have did these affirmations to prepare you for that, or you also have affirmations for that moment that actually help you, you know what I'm saying, to continue to be the high vibrational being that you are, because we want to make sure the thing about it is that this is when you know that you're not healed in something, or that I'm not healed in something, we're not healed in something, is when we transfer trauma.
Mm-hmm.
That is a dead giveaway
Clear
of clear indicator that I got something I need to do
Yeah.
over here, in this area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm in the vibes right now, but I feel like I'm like to Palo Santo.
Hey, okay. Let's get it.
Just off of the energy. I feel like a lot have been trying to fight against us. Once again, peace, family. Much gratitude. We are grateful for all your support. And grateful for the healing. I've been talking to a lot of family, and that's why we're here today, because a lot of people are healing. So just know we're not alone out here. It's a lot of people out here. Our people are waking up, and not just the just not just on the egotistical information side. I have a saying that says, just because you have a lot of information, that don't mean that you operating at a high vibration.
Yep.
Um, and that's a real thing. You know, it's interesting how you said we are
Very well there.
computers, but we tend to struggle with tapping into the quantum field. See, because tapping into the quantum field is all about vibration, and you actually tap into the quantum field every day. Your heart, your emotions pulls from the quantum field.
Yep.
That is what you're doing all day, and your mind is actually projecting through the quantum field, or through the quantum. Um, I would say, yeah, I would say computer that you are being able to move through dimensions. You know what I'm saying? And project and feel and pull. You know what I'm saying? That's why we can change our reality, because in our mind we can change we're moving through dimensions.
Yeah.
Every time
Constantly
every
casting
thought
receive.
is moving through multiple dimensions at one time. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? And every thought that you put out, you're gonna pull back in, because you're manifesting your life.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying? Was burning that before the show. I say. Much gratitude to I'm Authentic. She really hit both of us with just positive energy before the episode. Y'all know how it go, man. It's always something. You know what I'm saying? We on YouTube now, so we don't know how they gonna hate on us on her. It's a whole different world. So, but we ain't let nothing stop us. So much gratitude to the family, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all energy is always felt.
Hmm. So y'all lit, man, every
All
time.
right, so once again, because I don't want to just run by, affirmations are important. Make sure we're doing our daily affirmations. You know what I'm saying? What are affirmations? Affirmations are essentially anything, because I don't want to put it in a box. You know what I'm saying? An affirmation can be anything that is inspiring you or uplifting you in that moment. You see what I'm saying? We can look at these episodes as affirmations, because it's about certain subjects. So you program certain affirmations that, like, you actually have this already tucked and ready to go. And
And you can almost. Oh no, I'm sorry, not to control. So you can almost look at affirmations as like programs or technology a little bit, because
they are.
we are beings that create with what we speak and create with our words and with our voice. That makes affirmations. That's the vehicle for how we do that. What we affirm is what we accept. As our reality. And when we use the phrase "I am," anything we put behind the "I am," we should assume is going to come to be. Because that's that awareness and the fact that, you know, we're made in the image of the Most High, who creates with His voice or creates with its voice. So affirmations really let us tap into our true power. It's not
And
just saying things.
I'm sorry,
No, no, no. Go ahead. Go ahead.
you are full of water. You are 70 something percent water. Water holds memory. Water is the most powerful. I
You say
mean,
science already proved you can program water.
exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you program water every day.
Exactly.
When you listen to a certain music on a certain type of hertz, when you watch a certain type of drama or a certain type of movie that actually is, and you have not healed those areas, so you may feel really, this might be your favorite movie due to trauma,
Yeah.
and or my favorite movie, and so yeah, that's very powerful, bro. Um,
Hmm.
that's deep, So be uncomfortable with the unknown. We talk about the unknown a lot, but the unknown is like that's your inner child. You know what I'm saying? Your inner child sits in the unknown. That's God. You
Yeah.
know, why are we constantly seeking?
That ability to just be and be okay
You
with
know,
what's coming. Be
exactly. You
excited
know what I'm
about it.
saying? Yeah, because you already know what's coming. You have intention.
Yeah.
Your intention is set. So you know what you set your intention on. You know what I'm saying? So be okay with it. Be okay with if you're crying and you don't know why you're crying. Be okay with it. Just feel. Your feelings will lead you to the truth. You know,
Yeah.
we have to stop thinking feelings are toxic. They're not toxic. It's about what we project with these feelings. You know what I'm saying? Like if you sitting there feeling, you might feel hate for
Mm-hmm.
somebody for a time period. In that moment, like you just feeling there, you feel this rage of like it's like a deep hate or some trauma. If you never feel that, then you will actually just live with I hate him forever or I
Yeah.
hate her forever. But you can feel it and really assess and be like, man, you know, that's all I needed. It's kind of like a hug. Sometimes these going through these feelings is just like a hug, you know, to that area of you. You know what I mean? You know, so be comfortable in the unknown. You know, the unknown. Find you a couch, set up a room every time. Get you a safe space for the unknown. Because
Yeah.
that's where you thrive. Your future right now relies in the unknown. That's why we constantly focus on the past because we know what it looked like.
You know, something I like to say is, you know, we can't look at the past with fear or the future with anxiety, but we just have to look around in awareness.
I
You know,
say, I say,
because
I
that's
say.
that's where the magic happens. That's the in between. You know, we're setting our intentions, we're saying our affirmations. There's nothing to worry about. Like you said, you cooling. You know,
Mhm.
it's a case of Sarah, whatever shall be, shall be.
Thing is that you know shadow work is forever. So don't ever feel like just because you did something you projected that you're you know it's about fixing things. We have an opportunity, us being quantum computers, us being high vibrational beings, us being gods and goddess, you know, and actually being able to tap into that type of manifestation. You can
Yeah,
change all these things. So and then you healing yourself. That means that you are not egotistical in a way. You can come back and say, you know what, my bad.
right.
I apologize. I was tripping earlier. That says a lot. There are people that can't do that. There are people that will hold and just feel like that's growth. You know,
Yeah,
so you know there's always opportunity. Now, whether that person accepts that or not, that's not on you. They gotta do their shadow work.
so that's on
You
them.
know, but you don't gotta hold a grudge. You don't gotta hold the information. You don't gotta feel like I hate this person. Talk to them. You don't gotta feel like you feel guilty for what you did neither. Talk to them. You know, if you
Yep.
can't talk to them, that's where it gets tricky. And that's where you gotta go within. That's where like with my father, I can't talk to my father. You see what I'm saying? It's many people that not even like a deep conversation with my father that I actually cut off myself. That I said I can't talk to you, bro. You
Mm,
know what I'm saying? I like to live by a motto that if you don't have nothing to lose, I can't be around you. And now it's if you don't bring value to my life, you know. But I think it's both because in a safety aspect, you don't want to be around people that'll take a risk in a certain type of way of life that you won't
right.
because now you're in a battle of you know realness and standing for self. And truthfully, the realest thing you can do is stand for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Then you will be perceived as fake to someone else. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we got to be okay with that. You know, I guess that's what we talked about earlier. Not the way other people look at us. It don't matter. Truthfully,
That's,
we want to we just want to make sure that we're projecting love and that we're moving in a certain energy that we know that we're not moving in a karmic way
mm,
where we're projecting karma back on ourselves and moving through our heart space. You know what I'm saying? Like
and that's a fact.
I say, I say.
Yeah, peace to the guy Rod.
So you know, so let's talk about it. So I actually had an episode, an interview like months back, um, where I spoke about from a nigga to a king to a god,
Mm-hmm.
and those elevations and those areas only came through shadow work. You know what I'm
Every time.
saying? Yeah, deep healing is how you find these areas. You know what I'm saying? So let's talk about the nigga phase. And in this nigga mindset where you very aggressive, very what is it? Very
Yeah,
fearful,
impulsive.
impulsive, a lot of anxiety, very root chakra energy, low vibrational root chakra energy.
Got something to prove.
Exactly. You're actually overcompensating. We overcompensate. The nigga is an overcompensator, you know, because he knows he's lacking. You know, it's not like the nigga don't know. That nigga in us that could just ready to, a nigga is what make you go kill your brother. That's the only thing. That mentality of a, I got something to prove, like you said, is me versus you always. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look at us as niggas, right? We like, man, slavery. Always we look at that in that way, and we look at our ancestors as just slaves. We're looking at them as niggas. They are not slaves.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? They are our ancestors, but they put that nigga thing on us so much that we just embody it, and then it walks over into our spiritual aspect because
Mhm.
now, you're trying to heal, but a nigga like I don't cry. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't cry where I'm from. Everything about where I'm from with a nigga. It ain't about who he is. It
Right.
ain't
That
about
deep.
who she is. It's about where I'm from. What I, we're constantly representing something that's not us. It's a facade.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's a broken place. That's why the nigga does everything that it does. That's why they abuse that nigga part of us with the 440 hertz with the music. They know a nigga hurt.
Yeah.
Been in the streets, broke, family betrayed him, her betrayed her, left her out here. The man left her with the kid. It's all type of people.
Dedicated.
They playing on it.
Yeah.
They know. They
Yeah.
know the whole system. Yeah, against us. So they know the nigga. So they use it. So first and foremost, we gotta do shadow work on the nigga. We have to attack our not attack. We have to find balance in our root chakra because your root chakra is also where your passion is.
Yeah.
Root chakra ain't bad.
It's not.
It's just
And
perceived
it's
as
also
bad.
your connection to Mother Earth.
Exactly. You're getting grounded.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, with all this chaos and toxic activity that the nigga constantly has to focus on, we need to get grounded
Yeah.
so we can rise to a king, to a queen. We need to
Exactly.
get grounded. You know what I'm saying? And then when you get to the king aspect or the queen aspect, you know what I'm saying? Because everybody want to jump into God and goddess. Like
Mm-hmm.
that I get it, we there, but it's about what we're operating in too. That's who we are. That's our
Transition.
birthright. I'll say. But what are we operating in?
Right.
We want to make sure we operating in full God and full God. We want to make sure we're in our full divinity. That's the goal.
I do.
And so as a collective, we can all become Christ and shift this whole dimension.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, so
Yeah.
as a king and as a queen, now you're in the heart space because you got grounded. You can feel.
That's a fact.
So now you can cry. The king and the queen can cry. Because don't get it twisted. It's queens out here raised just like the kings, man. They get real in our community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's not a sexist community at all. Anybody can get it. Where we come from. So there's queens that don't know how to cry. They can't cry. That feel like crying is weak. Because she had to play father and mother. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, so now you can feel, and as you feel, you can heal. See that you can't just try to jump on getting healing, doing healing. You got to get grounded first. You got to sit down. You got to slow everything down, calm everything down. You got to, that's what meditation is. Almost like, like a meditative state. You got to bring that nigga to a meditative state. If you think about a nigga, right? And I'm being real funny here, but I'm being serious. You try to give him something new to eat, new food. He like, man, nah, I don't eat that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Very closed-minded. You see what I'm saying? So,
Oh, you on that, bro? Oh, you.
you feel me? Exactly. I go back home. I'm telling them I'm plant based, and they like, bro, you tweaking. I'll never. They trying to give me a burger every chance they get. Cause they like, bro, like, but they don't know what it feel like
Right.
to eat. It's energy. They don't know what it feel like. You see what I'm saying? So it's all about the feeling. So in that place, now we can feel. So make sure. So our goal is to go from our root chakra to our heart chakra. Now, don't get me wrong. We didn't overlook certain places. And I'm not overlooking them. I'm speaking in the sense of elevation when it comes to shadow work. We need to work on every chakra because maybe your sexual energy is off, and you need to work on your sacral.
Yeah.
Maybe you were abused. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
something happened and this energy was violated, and you have to go through that to get to the heart. Maybe your
Right.
feeling starts there, but if you don't ground and you don't have that root chakra balance, then that emotion, basically the way you've been feeling your whole life about it, it's been right there in the root, and
Mm-hmm.
it's been in your sacral, but in the negative side of your root. So now, once you're grounded, your root can actually support that feeling. You see what I'm saying? It has a foundation now.
Mm-hmm.
So and I feel like I said, I feel like I'm being led to speak on that. Anybody that the sacral chakra has been violated, you know, we need to be grounded so that we can elevate, because if not, that could actually affect you from getting to your heart space,
Mm-hmm.
to feeling. Because resentment, anger, rage, whatever these things are, so they actually do have to be assessed in the root chakra. Those
Facts.
that sacral chakra, the solar plexus, those energies, whatever the solar plexus is full of life. Once I feel like once you unlock the solar plexus, you are automatically in the heart space. You are in the king and queendom. You know, that's the light. That is source. You are right there kicking it kicking it with God,
Mm-hmm.
kicking it with the Netzaru, kicking it with the Ashe, right there. So it's like at that point it's only elevation, and then there we get to the God or the goddess. And so
God by
here in this place, you in the crown. Now you can guide. God guide. You can guide yourself. You can actually feel, assess. We need to get grounded, and you can be a guide to your life. You can see you're a
mm-hmm.
visionary up here. You're tapped in, and you can actually connect with higher realms. Now you connect with higher realms. Now you can go beyond this dimension in many ways. Now you can pull from the cosmos. Now you can get these downloads. Now you even more. Now you in spirit really kicking it. Now you have a team. Once you get to the God mode, your team been there, but now you know your team. You see your team now. You're like, oh yeah. Now you can see your team. Your team
Right.
becomes, because now you're in a higher dimension. So as we
Yeah.
know about dimensions, as you go through high dimensions, you actually can see. Right now we can't see certain things like spirits because we're not vibrating high enough to see,
Mm-hmm.
spirits due to the dimension that they're in. So so let's talk about in that God and goddess aspect, because that's where a lot of us saying that we're at. It is important um to not be put into a oh, okay, here we go. I'll read my notes. I'm sorry. It is important to really put in the work, because you can be elevating, and due to not actively healing, you can end up being a nigga in a God situation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's dangerous. Say we're doing something for our family. We are that person that is guiding and healing our family, and we're bringing light to our family, and they come to us and
Right.
say we
Right.
having a bad day, and we end up
Going
just,
up in space with them. Yep. And we
when they was coming to deal with the God,
trauma.
they was coming to deal with the divinity, that heart space. They weren't coming to deal with that, and now we just really messed up somebody, and just not really messed them up, but made it more complicated for them. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When really we are equipped for that situation. That's why we have to make sure that we're doing the work and continue to do the work. Once you
Yeah.
get to the God and the goddess aspect, you keep putting in that work. Don't let people out here make you feel like or think that you're above anybody. We're not above each other at all. We
Right.
are actually reflections of each other in
Yep.
aspects of what we need to work on or what we have already worked on.
Yep.
If you look at somebody and you see that they're not where you're at, that means you got the tools to pick them up.
Exactly.
That's God and
Like,
goddess status.
yep. Yep.
You know,
Maybe king status to be like, oh, peasant. Like I'm here, but the God status, like you said, I have the tools to transform this person, to allow this person to transform themselves to God as well. So that's how
exactly.
they
Exactly.
just had comments and said, damn, this is real right now. It's super real because it shows us the
I'm
time
watching it.
on when these comments come through, but Her that comment came through a 1001. Man, I've been seeing 1001 like crazy, at least for like 7 years, man. So it's just wild that she says that with a synchronicity of mine. It's just like, yeah,
And I've been catching it. I just caught the 9 and the 11.
yeah,
As far as the numbers.
nah, no,
Um, yeah, I'll say. Shout
peace,
out to
peace.
the guy. Man, shout out to the guy right here, man. Seven Circles, y'all go tap it with him. He actually has a page and whatnot that he just promotes a lot of high vibrational, just messages and just really just enlightening, the community. So yeah, y'all go tap in with him. Much gratitude, family.
So,
And so, and actually, just to be real, this deep day here, I spoke about from a nigga to a king to a guy, actually on his episode. That was
okay,
the
no,
first time I actually ever said that, out loud
right.
to like, as far as publicly per se. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, much gratitude for him giving me that platform, to be able to speak on that.
We love to have a 7 vibe here up here.
I say. And so let's speak about I really had some craziness happen behind the scenes too with my notes, to be honest. So I improvised, but I'm finna Google something right now. Actively, because we should be actively healing. And that's a key to shadow work.
Times
Um
taking
and
the
so
initiative to
yeah,
actively.
and so actively is in a deliberate and positive way. So I like how it says deliberate and positive. That means being intentional, but also having a positive perspective. So while you're doing this, you're being intentional, you're being but you're also being positive as you're
Yep.
doing it and actively doing it. So it's like the perspective is everything. I'm only healing to elevate.
Come on now.
Healing is for you. Healing is so that you can be the best you ever. Healing is so that you can love the best way ever. Healing is for you to be pure.
I was gonna say because
So,
that we got that pure state that's resting, at a foundation of us. So we really just talk about being able to live that and experience that once we work through shadow, the work and the trauma. So it's like
exactly.
we want to get back to our natural state, to that, like you said, to that natural state, to being one with nature, one with God, from you know um, our thoughts becoming things quickly and manifesting the reality that we desire. To get to that God status, we gotta heal through the trauma so that we can truly operate as our God selves. Because you can't operate as your God self, when you're rooted in trauma, when you have these webs of trauma and experiences that
And
prevent you.
that's okay. That's not, against
It's a,
anyone.
it's a I. It's
You
a
know,
I, but it's like what you're talking about. It's like, but we want to be able to, experience our true God like nature.
yeah, but it's about the process.
That's a fact.
So that's why I say it's still because it's still got to respect the process.
No, that's
Because
a fact.
maybe somebody's still moving as a nigga right now. That's okay. That's a real phase. You still
Yeah,
divine. It's
yeah,
the perspective. It's to know and be aware. Dang, I'm still dealing with the nigga part of my root. It's all about awareness because, like we said, we've already ascended. So you're already your higher self and your lower self. You're already the highest self that you are. That this luminous being where you can't even see in the 3D form at all. And then you're also this low vibrational thing that you can see. You're both, and so
yeah.
it's like, and so we're kind of like moving through all these different dimensions. You know what I mean? He says 9/11 as well. That's deep.
Hey, dude.
Um, So really, I feel led to just say, family, y'all tap in. You know what? In the comments, what's something that y'all battling with for our shadow work? Maybe an area that feels tough. Let's talk about the tough areas. Those areas that we know about, certain areas that we all kind of talk about on those relatable subjects per se. But what about those one-off situations that are personal? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And obviously on Instagram, we was able to bring people on, and we still can. If you like, and also if you feel like that you need to come on and you want to actually speak to us about it, drop your email, and
Yeah.
I'll send you a link, and we can talk
Just
about it.
just process, but pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know.
Another tap in with the family, man. Get y'all.
So so I'm gonna tap in with you though, Julio. You know,
Okay.
on a vulnerable aspect. Um, what is your what would you say right now currently is like that real area? You know, not even currently. What is an area of shadow work that made you step back?
Hmm. Me personally, I would say specifically dealing with abandonment issues. That was something part of my early shadow work that I had to deal with. And me tapping in on a personal level, uh, from my awareness and from my kind of deeper investigation, that stems from my father passed away when I was about 4 years old, so when I was younger, and not only that, there were other people in my family that were older, that were constantly passing away as well.
Mhm.
Even my mother, she relayed to me one time that I used to end up saying things like it basically, like if we was in church or something and I hadn't seen somebody for like 2 weeks, I would make little comment even as a kid, like, oh, they must have died, basically, and it's
Right,
crazy to hear now, but it's just like, damn, I was saying that.
right,
But I realized that led me into even romantic relationships or relationships with people that I only sought out because I was afraid of being alone or afraid of not
mm,
being with somebody, so it led me to people and places that weren't in my highest good. So I would say, and like I said, that's something that I dealt with as
deep.
a shadow work for us. It's I would say for me, shadow work been almost about 2 years actively and intentionally. That's like a year and a half. So that was my real early parts of shadow work that by the grace of the Most High, now I'm able to say that I've healed that part of me a great deal.
Mm,
And that also comes to your root chakra, that sense of security and safety and rootedness in just yourself. There's no void that needs to be filled by somebody else, or um, that feeling of not wanting to be alone, because it's uncomfortable or what have you. But I really had to work through that to know that regardless, I need to love myself. And if I don't love myself and I'm choosing people who don't love me because I don't love myself, then I'm not doing myself any service. So I say for me that was a real deep part of my shadow work that was like the most in my face because specifically the relationships that I was dealing with and things of that nature. So you know,
That's
definitely a major part of it for me.
that's that's powerful, bro. Much gratitude to you. You know what I'm saying for sharing and bro, like that's powerful. You know that abandonment, and it wasn't like you said abandonment, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you know it wasn't the normal what you would think. It was losing people. See, I had that same area of shadow work and still do it to an extent. And it's not that though. My
Mm,
abandonment is different, but with that same intention you talking about, I didn't get the feeling of abandonment. I got the feeling of like fear of putting in time to something that wasn't going to be here. Like,
mm,
I was like traumatized, like you said, of losing. So it was almost like I feel like everything I loved, you know, um, didn't last.
okay.
It got took away. You know what I'm
Mm,
saying? In some type of form or fashion. You know, I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real, because this is what it's. I ain't talked about this. So I've always wanted children. You know what I'm saying? And so me and my goddess, that's something that is deep shadow work for us to this day. But throughout my life, I actually, younger, um, I dated women with children.
mm,
I'm talking about from the age of 16 on up.
mm.
And to the point where I can't believe I'm saying this. Um, real talk, y'all. Be patient with me. Um, yeah. So, sheesh. So basically, okay, yeah. So I was, I'm still wrapping my head around this, bro. I'm being
Nah,
led by a spirit though, for sure. I'm just being more vulnerable. Not
nah,
saying
right.
that, that's a part of it. So, um, I was 18, 19. You know what I'm saying? And me and my goddess that I'm with now, we were together and then not together. At that time, 18. We young.
Mhm.
I'm fresh out of jail actually. So I ended up getting a relationship with a female that was pregnant. And named the baby, and I went through that whole process of
That's
a
crazy.
of something that because of a desire, like you said, connecting with toxic things and things that really
Mhm.
wasn't to serve me, and that was due to my pain from my mother. Truthfully, while I was indulging in that, it had nothing to do with the baby. But point is that situation, and then other was after that, dealing with children and dating women with children. I feel like that building those, because a relationship with a child is so precious to me
Yeah.
anyway. Like, children remember you. Like, for a child to remember me or to remember who you are, that is very special. You
Right.
know what I mean? You see a child, and they see you, and they, you know what I mean? And so to have that type of energy with children, and as like a father, or as like really a godparent in a lot of ways, um, those situations. So I think that really, and obviously connected with family, and my mom and my family not really being there a lot. But I think what hurt me the most was the children. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Having to that scarring that it's just gonna be gone. Because you think that a child gonna be living for all this time, so you feel like you got a lot of time. You know what I mean? Like, it ain't finna
Mhm.
be something that ain't, yeah, so I
That's
will
deep.
um I
Sheesh.
would actually, to speak on that, I'll say, to bring light to it, we have to make sure that um don't don't disconnect someone's relationship with your child if they're good to the child because y'all disagree. I think those type of, and that happens with mothers and fathers. My disconnect with my father for a long time because my
Mm.
mother didn't like my father. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Oh yeah. We know how that
So
goes.
if it's about that relationship, I think a lot of children actually are affected, and they actually and I was one of them. I was affected by a lot of grown people trauma, and they in they situations, and they was projecting and keeping me from this circle and from these people. And really, I'm like, yo, I thought we was all family. I'm like, Annie love me over here. Not,
Right.
and she like, you ain't evil. I'm like, what you, like, this is confusing. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
So let everybody.
Exactly. So,
That's heavy.
we definitely, just for the children, we gotta be more mature, you know what I'm
Oh yeah.
saying, with their relationships. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
You know, but so that's real. That goes with them heart and sacred energies. So what is she? I can't even see it, bro.
Oh, she says, tough area for me is trying to fill a void. Mhm.
That's deep. That's deep. See, the thing about filling a void, though, family, the only thing that can fill a void, this is deep. This is deep. The only thing that can fill a void is filling.
Shit, and I would say, the trick is to realize that the void is an illusion. That at the center of the void is yourself, and you're just looking. Essentially, the things you try to fill a void with are the things that, um, you know, we're not given to ourselves. So that, like, in my opinion, the key or the solution to, you know, wanting to be around others or be with others to quote unquote fill void is to you go right into the void, which is being by yourself and being comfortable with being by yourself and being good enough for yourself. You really got to be at a certain point where you value the love you give to yourself more than the love somebody else could give to you. That personal time, that when you get into your space and you're getting into your imagination and your inner child, that should be more important to you than going on the fanciest date with somebody. Like really making it sacred. That relationship that you have with yourself, because that removes all void, man. Like that's the because at that point you're so happy with yourself and not needing anything or anybody that you ready to spread that and share that with the world. So naturally now you're attracted. That's the paradox. It's like that's when you start attracting these perfect partners or these people, because now you're vibrating with that love, like that real love for self. So you have that to give, you have that to share, and you're attracting other people who also have it to share. You know, so
So
that's
let's
go ahead.
take it somewhere that's not emotional. It's still emotional, but let's not something like because I don't know, bro. You know, I'm just following the spirit. Um, my thing is filling the void financially, and I know you can relate to that. So let's talk about it.
deep.
You know, we out here manifesting, and you
Mm-hmm.
know, obviously, you know, yeah, we desire more.
That's a
Um,
fact.
and so for me, that filling that void for me is in that area. You know, and that feels like a what the perspective on that. It really has to be gratitude.
Yeah.
You know, it has to be, and I'm saying for me, how I survived that is first of all continue to work with the universe and use whatever downloads I get in my passions to create that, but also, you know, showing gratitude and grateful that you know I know what yesterday looked like for me.
Yeah.
You know, yesterday could be, you know, a metaphor for 3 years ago, or a metaphor for 5 years ago, or a
Mm-hmm.
metaphor for, you know, but just saying yesterday it wasn't always this sweet. It wasn't always this beautiful, you know.
Nah.
And so that gratitude helps
Oh,
fill
boy.
that void because it's like, you know, like spending time with people you love, you know, and things of that sort. It's like that you can't put no price on it. So it's like, you know, you could be broke, you could have nothing, and you could be at home with your family and y'all could be just, you know, enjoying yourself and just sharing love and, you know, whatever, playing games, whatever y'all do, and you won't even be thinking about that circumstance. You know what I mean? And so that's how I feel the void, you know, because I have big dreams, big desires. I'm a visionary, and I look at myself as the person that's going to change my family's life. Sometimes it feel like, you know, what's coming in ain't enough to give money to everybody, to be able to do this and do that, you know, to, you know, like we live in a world where to see your family you got to have money. They're like, what
Right.
you mean by that? Can you catch a flight for free? My mama live in Texas. My family live in, both my mamas live in Texas. You know, my sisters live in Texas. You know, I got I gotta catch a flight to see the people I love. What if my mama need me today? What if my
Right.
sister need me today? What if I need a hug today? You can't. We gotta pay for that. So
Yeah.
that circumstantial void,
That's
it
deep.
affects. You know, it affects things like that. You know what I mean? You know, so like I said, tonight is a very vulnerable night at this point. You know, we talked about shadow work as a lifestyle change, and what that means is that we do shadow work every day. You know,
Every,
it's everything you do, you see shadow work in it, and you do it. You know what I'm saying? And you okay with the change.
mm-hmm.
For some
I
people,
know.
change is uncomfortable. Even to me, I thought change wasn't uncomfortable. I'm okay with change in many ways because my whole life changed. But if you change certain things, I'm like, you know, like far as me and my when it comes to my personal life, I'll put it like that. When it comes to my personal life, I'm like, there are certain things I feel like, and so I'm like, I have to grow and become more open. You know what I'm saying? And so, you know, Ashe family, much gratitude to y'all being patient with us, and you know, we just tapping in, you know,
Big time.
big shadow work energy. But at this point, we're gonna play the record. Give y'all some good high vibrational vibes. You know what I'm saying? This
Mm-hmm.
record is called 222. It's been a big synchronicity night. You feel me? So
Yeah.
no coincidence that the record is called 222.
Big sensitive vibes are always amazing, man.
You know, and this record is just, you know, really this is a shadow work record actually for me. But it's also speaking from a high vibrational place, you know, for real. Just it's almost like a relatable record. You know, whenever niggas in the hood trapping and shooting and gang banging, they hear certain music, they relate to it. This is a song that, you know, us as high vibrational beings, and you know, us as being aware and connecting with self, it's an automatic, like we gonna connect with it. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
let's tap in.
Just
Yeah.
different.
Get it now, because the time is now.
They want me consciously. See what they see logically, it's out to me. I'm out of reach, we don't speak on this galaxy. It's the future and the past and what it gotta be. I live in my reality, no fantasy. Closed mind can have a problem when they talk to me. I don't need a redo, I need to release. I'm in the mood to do the most, but saying the least. Like the waves on the ocean, it's the sound of peace. Feel the frequency from my heartbeat. Ain't gotta accept me, I've been the black sheep. Standing out ain't bad, it's alright to me. Isolation, meditation, that's inner peace. I'm seeing 222 on everything. I'ma sign a commitment like a wedding ring. I'm not a special appearance, I don't make a scene. I'm too spiritually in tune for you to fake with me. 5D over HD. There's nothing I cannot see. You want freedom, set yourself free. 5D over HD. Yeah. Light talk. And it's that light talk. Light talk. Got energy and real walk. Everything you know is fake, but you fail to realize. See how you look at me crazy when I say that I'm God. But you follow another man, cause I hope he provide. I see faith manifest what I believe in inside. I'm a light with a true meaning to shine. You think you right, you need to see you truly divine. The truth is caffeine, make you open your eyes. This holographic universe is starting to glitch in the lies. And that's the truth. High frequency, divine feminine, the proof. Take a look inside and see what's inside of you. And get ready to do the impossible. 222, feel the frequency. I feel it. We are Christ conscious collectively. I know it. Indigo children, where the star sees. In the new dimension, where the light speaks. Yeah, light talk. And it's that light talk. Light talk. Got energy and real walk. Came from the dark, I was born to be the light. See the soul of a guy when you look in them eyes. Yeah. This the land of the gods. Talk to him. This the land of the gods. Shine. This the land of the gods. What you like, baby? You heard me?
It's just different.
Get it now, because the time is now.
They want me consciously. See what they see logically, it's out to me. I'm out of reach, we don't speak on this galaxy. It's the future and the past and what it gotta be. I live in my reality, no fantasy. Closed mind can have a problem when they talk to me.
Peace, family. My fault. My computer was acting up a little bit. But yeah, you know, that's the vibes we on. So, you know, peace, love, and light. You know, much gratitude to the family, everybody that's here. You know, peace, love, light, and healing. Let's not forget that. Let's get to the shadow work. You know what I'm saying? It's a lifestyle change. It's beautiful. Don't rush it. Be patient with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Love yourself. Do them high vibrational things. You know, whatever it is that you need to do. Journal. You know, we didn't really speak on journaling. I feel the type of way about that. I had my other notes, but journal. You know, write. You know, express your feelings through writing, through art, painting. You know, working out. You know, connect with your passions. And you know, watch some cartoons. You feel me? Do watch some high vibrational movies. You know, cartoons. You know, listen to some high vibrational music, and laugh. You know, laugh a lot. You know what I'm saying? Spend this week laughing. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you spend a lot of time laughing. Stay in joy. You know, while you doing deep shadow work, every chance you get, try to smile. You know what I mean? Peace.
Family.